Hey guys, this is Beast Fable, and I thought I'd make a quick, hopefully quick, streaming and recording behind the scenes. So I've been using a certain pattern whenever I stream or record RuneScape Classic in particular, and I thought it might be useful for other people to know all the ins and outs of that. So this is part one of a two-part series where this part will obviously focus on streaming and recording. And the next part will be actual video making, so everything I do for the Open RSC series, the Vanilla series, for example, and for other videos. So let's get into it. So as you can see right now, what you're seeing is basically OBS. OBS is an amazing video recording software, so you can just type in OBS into Google, and the first result should be Open Broadcaster Software. That's OBS, so you can just install that immediately, and when you do, you will be seeing this screen. Now you're seeing it, it seems to be duplicating a lot. That's just because I'm actually recording OBS itself. First thing you probably want to do is go to your settings. I don't think I actually changed anything on the general tabs. Let's go to stream. For streaming services, you want to select whatever your streaming service is. I select Restream.io. Restream is a free service that lets you stream to multiple sources, so I basically enter one stream key and URL, and it streams to multiple sites. Output tab, this is actually where a few important settings are set. So first of all, there's two output modes. There's advanced and there's simple. Simple is basically an easier way to set the quality. I'm using advanced because Restream has a suggestion for streaming through it where you have to keep the keyframe interval to 2, otherwise the stream will appear very laggy. And so that's why I'm using the advanced, but if you're just using the Twitch, you could use simple. Recording format, this is one of the first settings I suggest you change, because FLVs are not very... You can't import them into a lot of programs, so if you're using Windows especially, I would just choose MP4. Yeah, so that was the streaming tab. There's also a recording tab, and these are the best settings for recording. Audio I've never changed, replay buffer I've never changed. Okay, audio, I don't think I've ever changed anything on this tab, honestly. Video and advanced, I don't think I've ever changed it. So basically, when you start using OBS, you're going to have to create a scene. Now, I don't want to go into everything about how to create scenes in OBS, because this is really just focused on my settings and my way of recording and streaming, right? So basically, I have multiple scenes, and for example, let's just look at the ORSE stream. Alright, so as you can see, we have a black screen because we have nothing here. So my foundation for most of my RSC streams is we've got a background image. We've got a webcam. There we go. And then I've got these images that kind of make it look like there's like sections of content in the stream are cut off like that. So that kind of makes it look symmetrical, kind of. And then we've got the logo, which I've also been using for like years. I think I've been using that since my first few streams. And then stream comments is basically where you will see all the comments. Now you can get a stream comments widget through Streamlabs. It's called the Chatbox. So basically, you can just... You see how it's populating these things? And this is just how it looks on my stream. So you can choose this theme. You know, you can change all the settings. You can make it look really cool. And then the Twitch viewer count is basically shows how many people are viewing my video, viewing my stream. And that's actually another Streamlabs plugin, I believe. OpenRC client, so that's going to add the client in the space. And then Twitch events, that's the new follow thing right there. That's basically what that is. Stream chat label, that's just a chat label above it. So you can add any kind of text you want and stuff. And then I usually have like a cover image that says, hey, the stream is starting soon. So I just use GIMP to take a screenshot from the game and then add some shading and then just put some text up there. So you guys might be wondering, how do you record such a high quality video but also stream it with a completely different view at the same time? So basically, all you have to do is have one OBS window be a stream scene and one OBS window show the recording scene, or the full screen scene is what I like to call it. So you'll have your default OBS window open, you'll right click OBS, you'll click it, it'll say it's already running, but just click launch anyway, and then you have a new window that you can select a different scene. So in one window you're streaming, in one window you're recording. It's really that simple. As far as voiceovers go, I use Audacity for all my voice recording, so basically whenever I start a new RSC stream, I want to make sure that I'm getting my voice highest quality as I can in a separate channel, because I can't just take the audio from the stream and put it into the video, because then it actually makes it harder to make the voice louder so you guys can hear me, because then that makes the music louder. And so what I do is I just open a new Audacity instance here. I select MME, I select microphone, which is my Yeti microphone, and important, I select mono, because mono actually comes out much better for voiceovers. And so right now we're getting this really high quality voiceover that sounds really great. So I just hit record, and then I just like minimize it and know that it's recording my voice in the background and I don't have to worry about it. Do note that you can mix the voice audio and the desktop audio here. I usually like to max out the mic audio because generally my voice is more important than any music. So this is what you're going to see by default when you start trying to record RSC, and this is obviously not that great, because if you drag this little guy, you'll notice it doesn't really go all the way, and it just doesn't look great if you try to like make it fit. Now you can't see the bottom or you can't see the top. Don't want that. So you want to hold shift and you want to drag it. Now this lets you select it and say, whatever to the aspect ratio. So when you hold shift, you basically can change how it looks. The other thing is alt. So what you can do is you can just hold alt and then drag up. This lets you crop out certain parts of the image, and if there's something in the way that you don't want there, that's what you would use, and that's super helpful. And then once you crop it, you can just use shift again, hold shift and drag, and then you can drag it like that. Next, we're going to go over Twitch streaming tests and audio. So depending on what kind of music you're into or what you want to use, obviously you can take anything from... Oh god, it's my YouTube section, everybody. You can take any music you want. Hey guys, Future Beast Fable here, interrupting my past self. So actually, you can't really use everything. You kind of can, but there's a caveat. When you use copyrighted music on Twitch, part of your video will be muted, and that means you lose the voiceover too. One good part about being a good Twitch streamer is making sure you provide quality videos on demand content on Twitch. So you want to make sure that on your Twitch channel, people can check up on the latest VOD, make sure that if they miss the stream, they can catch it then. And if the entire thing is muted, it kind of ruins the whole experience. So you want to make sure that you're using a non-copyright music or a non-copyright author. And Adrian Von Ziegler is one of those, and the other ones I'm about to get into are also non-copyright. So make sure you do that. You might be wondering what kind of music I listen to. I don't know if you're interested in that. Basically, I almost always play something like Adrian Von Ziegler. He has amazing music. It's all really, really cool. It's usually very, very, quiet and peaceful, or it might be like something like Celtic. I don't know. Anyway, I love his music, and I suggest checking out the playlist section. This is where I usually go for some of my streams as of late. I go into the albums, and for example, one of my favorites is Moonsong. Cool thing about Adrian is that there are a lot of other cool people like him, or like that have similar quality music in the feature channels of his page. So you guys know that I also play Killigrew a lot. And lately I've also been doing Peter Crowley's Fantasy Dream, which is more of a fantasy-esque medieval kind of music thing. But I mean, you could use whatever music you want. I usually keep my volume pretty low, though, because usually if I have it here, I can't even hear myself talk. So you got to make sure you can hear yourself talk. If you can't, then it's not a good sign. So while you've got this stuff happening in the background, though, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you can be heard. You want to do a stream test, right? So what I do is, while I'm talking to the mic while I'm streaming, I just say, okay, Mic check, 1, 2, 3. I mute this real quick. I unmute this. So this is usually muted because otherwise you're going to be hearing your own voice and audio on the stream. That's bad. So that's the first thing. Always make sure this is muted. But if you wanted to do a test, you would mute this real quick, unmute this, and then you'd hear yourself saying mic check 1, 2, 3 over the music, and make sure that it sounds very clear amongst the background audio. That's how you do a stream check. You can also just wait until someone jumps in the stream and say, hey, I can't hear you. But if you're starting out, you might not get that right away.